All right, hello and welcome everyone. Thank you guys for joining us tonight or today. It's not that late yet.
Yeah,
For our Overwatch finals here in SCAC. I am joined here by Albert as always. Albert, how's it going?
it is good. It is the finals day of SCAC, and today we got some amazing matches for you. We got Overwatch and League of Legends for you tonight. For us, we are Colorado College. We're going to be representing Colorado College versus Southwestern University later on today at around 6 p.m. CST. That's gonna be League of Legends, and that's gonna be hosted by Hendrix College. So be sure to tune into that. But for now, we do have the Overwatch finals for first place, Colorado College against Southwestern,
And
and
keep in
so
mind, League of Legends game will be still on this channel. Someone else will be
uh,
streaming it. Southwestern. I mean, no, Southwestern.
no,
Hendrix.
Hendrix, yeah,
Hendrix will be streaming it, but still on this channel. So just wait about 30 minutes or an hour, and they will be going back live. But as far as Overwatch goes for today, both Colorado College and Southwestern are now finally in lobby, and they're actually already getting into band. So we're gonna run you guys through the band phase, and once they're done with that, we'll switch over to some Overwatch.
yeah. So if you don't know the rule format by now, we start with control, and then the losing team will pick the next map after that, which will be escort. So for now, Colorado College has banned Legion Tower. Haven't really seen CC play that map at all this season, so no surprise they banned that. And we do have an Ilios ban coming out too, so those two maps are going to be banned. We're going to be looking at either like a Nepal, Busan, or an Oasis so far, which we have seen Colorado College play before. We have seen them been dominant so far. The last time these two teams met, it was a 3-0 sweep for Colorado College, which have been looking very good this season.
Yeah, so we hopefully they can keep that going into tonight's finals. And yeah, as we mentioned, Lijiang, Ilios are now gone. Busan up on the table. We have noticed that Colorado College likes to just keep that one highlighted, since usually the map they would elect to play and feel pretty comfortable on. So it should be pretty exciting. Okay, so now with the Nepal ban, that does leave us Busan still up and Oasis as the potential maps.
And the Paul band coming in, and that is the last band, which is going to be Busan. So it is going to be Oasis. We have seen Colorado College play that multitude of times. I can't remember if they played that last time they played Southwestern, but should be an interesting match, should be an exciting match, and will be fun to watch.
Yeah, and Oasis has been the map we have seen pretty much, I'd say mostly throughout the entire season as far as Colorado College is concerned. So they are very well practiced on this map, and we can probably also just get some pretty good guesses as to what they're going to play based on what they've played in the past. Usually for this one, they like to go a little bit more dive heavy, so they can take control of the high ground, and then from there drop onto the point and dive right into the enemy team is what they like to do. But with that being said, Oasis coming up here very soon.
Yeah, and usually they do like to run that dive compositions a lot more. Recently, we've seen Bobson, the main tank, playing that wrecking ball, but recently has been playing that Winston a lot more. So gonna be interesting to see if Southwestern can counter that. But we are gonna get into the game right now. It's gonna get started. So gonna be looking into a very exciting first map at Oasis.
Yeah, pretty excited for this. It has all come down to this day. Car College have been performing very well throughout the season, and then it's now time to show up on the final day. Make sure to close it out. They can seal their first place. They're gonna get some medals sent home to them. Should be pretty exciting.
And there's a lot on the line for Colorado College right here. If they're able to get first place here, if they're able to win this match, they are on first place for the whole SCAC season. So there's a lot of pressure going on there. As we already see, Bobson already hovering over that Winston, but also Ogodago on that Zarya. They tend to they tend to like running the Zarya composition a lot, and Ogodago has been playing that super well.
All right, and we do have a Symmetra for the side of Southwestern. Usually pretty interesting to see. Looks like he's just going to teleport them out so they can get a head start onto the point. Bob Tanari taking control of the high ground, as he usually does.
Yeah, just looking for a dive target right there. McCree in the back line looking vulnerable. but he's most likely going to try to get up top. Reinhardt Zarya gonna be his main target right now, getting very low, but luckily an Ananade saves them from dying. But it does seem as though Carl College gonna be most likely getting first control. Bobson and Mish already putting a lot of pressure on the Southwestern players. A nice Ananade there from Chromzy as well. Stanio gonna be able to get the first pick onto Closet Skeleton.
And with that, there will be the return kill onto Bopitson. Mish finding the shots, a few more onto Lucio. Bubble will keep him alive for a few more seconds. He's gonna try to see if he can find the guideline. He does not get one shot by Hanzo.
And that was a nice Zarya bubble as well from Ogodago, because Notice was already lined up for the shot, and when you're a Reaper teleporting, that makes you very vulnerable. But Ogodago saw that, he was able to save his teammate, and Carl College already getting this first control. But that said, Southwest University does have an ultimate up with Bantha having the Deadeye ready.
Trophy also gonna sit here in the silence, gonna hit a couple more shots and get that guy. And Bopitson gets absolutely melted. This is the opportunity Southwestern were looking for. Colossal Skeleton is also gonna find a kill onto Mish with the nade. That guy will be popped to zone Car College out, at least make them hide in some corners. One kill onto the Deadeye, and with that, Southwestern should be able to sweep Car College off the point and let's make them full retreat here.
Yeah, staying able to retreat out quickly. Bobson just got melted too quickly and just wasn't able to help his team. And, it does seem as though we do have a lever in the game. We're going to have to pause real quick. We did see a bit of lag, I think, with the trigger-free McCree, so probably some technical issues right there, but we do have a pause, and we will hopefully get back to the game as soon as possible.
Yeah, it shouldn't really be too long, I imagine. Especially probably just restarting this game or so. But yeah, we did see him kind of stand still there for a second while the enemy McCree was throwing his Deadeye. So that could have also been the reason for it. But maybe it was the lag or the game crash, which he possibly went through. But yeah, looking at the state of the game currently, Carl College have plenty of ultimates right now, or at least they're gonna come up on them here very soon. And meanwhile, Southwestern does have a few of their own, but nothing too crazy as CC currently does.
Yeah, you do have SCAC demands with that Graviton Surge almost ready to go. You could combine that with Notice and the Dragon, but also support ultimates available for Southwestern, which can be helpful for them. Meanwhile, on the side of Coral College, they are coming up on some support ultimates too. Almost all the ultimates are coming up. The only one confirmed so far is Bobson on that Primal Rage. We've seen how effective he could be on it, so most likely looking to do some disruption there, most likely to try to find some picks on that as well. Trick-free, gonna be coming back. Does have to reset his ultimate charge, but the rest of the team does have ultimates that are willing to help out.
Luckily for him, Deadeye not the most useful ultimate compared to when you have things like Transcendence and Graviton Surge, but Bopson does have his own. He's going to be looking to bump them onto the water. Unfortunately, Southwestern will be reacting fast enough, but regardless, Mish able to find a kill onto Lucio. Bopson now on the back line. He's going to get stunned. He's going to get locked up, almost taken down, but some crucial healing from his team comes around.
Yeah, so it was a nice stun. There's Nano Boost onto the Winston. Definitely very helpful, but probably not the most useful ultimate in that moment right now. But Coral College, they are going to be able to take down this Lucio most likely. Just trying to stall out, and they will able to take this point back. But Southwestern University did get 57% in that one time.
Alright, so now Southwestern. Now with type percentages, we are going to try to see how they can break this point. They do have some big ultimate combinations as you were mentioning earlier, but it's going to be Graviton Surge coming on from Ogodago that's going to grab a few, and Bopson and Mish are deep in there, but there's going to be the return grab. Bopson is still staying alive, builds another Primal Rage and goes absolutely ape in the back line, as you would expect, and Mish following with a couple more shots. Final 1v1 against the Reiner will close out this team fight.
Yeah, that was a good grab, but Vernette with a good sound barrier to counter that. It did seem scary there for Coral College, but luckily Bobson able to save the day with 2 Primal Kill Rages, and Mish just being able to clean up the rest of that team fight. 90% left for Coral College is one fight territory for Southwestern University. They need to quickly get back up to this point. They only have the shatter so far, and they have to be super careful on how they use it. They are able to get Bobinson though, but Deadeye comes out for trigger free. Gonna be able to get anything right there.
Still, the fight's still looking pretty good for the side of Southwestern. There goes the 2 picks they were looking for, and that is 3. So Car Culture are not gonna have to stall as long as they can. There goes Chromesy and Trigger Free onto the point, but they will take control of this one.
As the Southwestern will be able to get this control point back, but Coral College is going to try to group up. Chromesy does have that nano boost ready to go. Most likely is going to put that onto Bobson just to create some space, just to create some pick potential as well. And meanwhile, Bantha switched over to the Tracer as well, just to get back onto the point, but is close to a pulse bomb.
Southwestern currently taking the high ground. That is the nade down. It wasn't very effective. Could have been using it here to save his teammates. And a beautiful nade from Chromesy onto 3. He's going to get them purple. The Skeleton now having to deal with a Winston, pinning him against the wall. And this is just rough for her.
Yeah, Call the Skeleton couldn't go do anything right there against the Raging Monkey. Bantha just trying to stall out, but it's going to get picked up by Daniel right there. 99% of both teams. Can anyone get back to this point quickly? And it does seem as though the answer is yes, but they're going to go down very quickly. Deadeye for Trigger Free just to zone out anybody else. And that is going to be Coral College taking the first point.
Yeah, you saw they were able to touch in time, but got pretty much a one shot right away. So did not buy enough time to stall for the rest of the team. So Wrecking Ball was just a second shy of touching the point. But regardless, Southwestern put up a pretty good fight here against Coral College on the first round. We'll see if they can keep it up here for the second part of Oasis.
Yeah, looking at the compositional change too, Bobson gonna switch over to the Reinhardt, specifically on this map in Oasis. You do want to see that more brawly style, the more Bobson style of the Reinhardt, but Ogodago gonna switch over to the D.Va as well. So that's gonna be interesting to watch. Teleporter comes out for Notice, but it's gonna switch back up to the Reaper. So it's similar compositions for both sides right here, with the May Reaper brawly style. And it's gonna come out on who can do a lot more damage. Ogodago is gonna go down first. He's gonna get demacked, not gonna be able to help his team out as much.
See Coral College trying to see if they can do something here on the flank. But currently are not finding much. They've been able to tank it up. Nice May wall from Bantha's gonna keep Coral College away. Bobson's here pretty low. Earthshatter already coming up here so quickly. Mish getting a lot of damage on, but with the lamp's gonna keep them alive, and there's plenty of healing to go through.
Yeah, just not gonna be able to do much there. Ogodago is able to get back to his mech, but it is gonna get super low as well. You have to wait for Bobson to get back, but Mish goes down as well. It is not looking good for them right now on the side Coral College. Trigger Free is just trying to do his best, but it is gonna get bothered by a Reaper right there.
Robertson is gonna get pinned down against the wall and eventually taken out. Here goes the D.Va 1v1, almost wins that one out. But Coral College are gonna have to wait for everyone to fully reset and try to get another go at this point.
Yeah, it just didn't look coordinated on side Coral College. They were just hesitant on where to go, either to go for the flank or to take that brawl against Southwestern University. Saxonman already has this Graviton Surge ready to go. Shadow comes out, but it's not gonna get anything right there. Graviton Surge for Saxonman, and Sound Barrier comes out. A lot of ultimates coming out for the side of Southwestern University. D.Va Bomb is gonna be able to catch Saxonman. The tanks are down for Southwestern.
Saw Mish there trying to go for the flank. Almost had his ultimate up to use it, but unfortunately was not able to stay alive. But regardless, his team was able to clean the rest of the fight up as he caused a distraction, and Coral College are going to eventually take the point here. Southwestern, though, did a pretty good job of racking up pretty much 80% here.
Yeah, you're Southwestern. You're happy with that 80%, but you also did use a lot of ultimates in that team fight as well. So in reality, you do have a couple available, but you probably would wish to keep that Sound Barrier as well for this next team fight. Mish gonna have that Blossom ready to go. Is gonna get stopped by that Maywall though. Is gonna come out though and able to get a couple kills. Bobinson with a pin kill too.
And Noga's going to do the return Death Blossom of himself. Not as effective as Mish is. You saw Mish was pretty much looking for the flank before even the fight started. He knew what he wanted to do, and his team followed him up pretty well. Ogodago staggering Notice here for just a few more moments. And now Karkaj are going to retreat and heal back up and get ready for the next fight.
Yeah, Notice wasn't able to have that same effect on the Death Blossom because of that Diva from Ogodago. That defense matrix is so important in negating ultimate effects as well. But Bobson gonna get isolated there with that Maywell. Sound Barrier comes out, but it's not enough to save Trigger Free. He does go down. Trade's coming out though, but Stanio goes down too. That said, Coral College does look as though they are winning the team fight right now. It's 65% for them so far. And it's looking very good for them, but and they're also coming up with a lot of ultimates too.
Yeah, and with these team comps that these teams are running, both Maze and just Rhines and Zaryas and Divas just heavy diving into the fight. You can just see how hectic these fights are getting, and Coral College is able to maintain their composure during these fights to push them on top. We're gonna have to keep an eye out for the Diva Bomb. Trigger Free does unleash the Blizzard. Looks like no one got caught on it. There goes the Earth Shatter. It's gonna find 3 on the side of CC. This fight's still looking good for CC as they've already have 2 picks. They have ultimates to still go through. Diva Bomb should be able to stall the point once we get into overtime.
The defense matrix is going to be able to save and negate Notice right there. Ogodago having a lot of effect. Didn't even need to use the Diva Bomb at the end, but Coral College will take that first map of Oasis ready to go. And Sanyo himself on that Zenyatta getting the play of the game. This was during the first map. Nice Transcendence right there, but also was able to heal up Bobson for a time. And nice picks too.
Some pretty good shots, lots of damage there at the back end of that fight. Well played by Staniel. So now we're going to be moving on to the second map. We're still going to have to wait to see what the teams decide they're going to ban out.
Yeah, and Southwestern University will pick the next map right there, but Coral College will be able to ban 2 maps, so next map is going to be Escort, so the likes of Dorado, Havana, Rialto, and all that are available for Southwestern University. Other maps include Route 66, Gibraltar, and Junkertown, but the bans are going to come out for Coral College. They are going to ban Route 66 and Havana right there.
Okay, so now it is Southwestern's turn to decide which maps they want to and not want to play on. We'll see what they choose. Can't really recall what they preferred from last series, but just based on the maps we've been playing. We've actually seen a lot of Watchpoint Gibraltar recently, just within the last 2 weeks, but before that we had not seen it basically at all. I'd say Rialto is probably the next most popular alongside Junkertown, I'd say.
I would say Dorado actually has been, at least for Coral College, they tend to like to play that map a lot. I think it's we have seen Watchpoint Gibraltar play the time, but that's because that is one of the maps that Coral College did lose during the regular season, and one that was played during the semifinals. It tends to have a lot of that May Roadhog composition with a lot of CC spam, and just being a pain in the butt for Coral College to deal with. So, it depends on what Southwestern University want to do, whether they want to go with their comfort pick or if they want to deal with that or try to play to Coral College's weakness and try to go for that Gibraltar pick.
Alright, so we're still waiting on Southwestern to make their next move. As soon as that, we will update you guys. And yeah, I think Southwestern played a pretty good game for game 1. They actually had Coral College pinned against the wall a couple of times. So despite them beating them 3-0 during the regular season, I think this match is going to be a bit closer than what that score demonstrates.
Yeah, and again, that first map went to 99%. It could have gone the same way for the second map on Oasis as well, and Southwestern could have taken that, but now we are going to get the map pick. It is going to be Junkertown. Tends to have a lot of open spaces, tends to favor the double sniper composition, so be sure to expect that from Mish and Trigger Free, playing that double sniper. Possibly also from Bantha and Notice, but we did see them play a lot of the McCree Hanzo style, so that might be what they're going with.
Yeah, we have seen throughout the season that mission trigger free have been pretty effective on whatever, at this point, pretty much on whatever picks they are put on. Can't really point to anything that they slack in. So you can always rely on these two to just carry the damage throughout the fights.
Yeah, we are going to get into the game right here. It is going to be Junkertown. Again, that first point has a lot of open space. As you move through the map, you tend to get a lot more close space right there, but still effective with that double sniper composition. So it's going to be interesting to see who will be playing the Widowmaker this time, whether it will be Mish himself or it will be trigger free.
Yeah, and so far it's looking like Mish is going to be hovering that one. They will be going with the double sniper. Hanzo going to be locked in for trigger free. But Bantha's got his own answer to the Widowmaker, and notice also with the Hanzo. So we have a mirror matchup here for the DPS players.
Yeah, so almost compositions played out for both Carlisle College and Southwestern University. Bobson and Agudago gonna switch over to the double shield composition, possibly to just be a lot more fortified, but also to give a lot more shield to both Mish and Trigger Free. Meanwhile, Saxon Mans and Nightly Knight are gonna stay with that Ryan Zarya composition. They tend to play that a lot recently, so gonna be interesting to see. You can see Mish struggling with that Ryan shield, trying to find some picks.
Yeah, so he still does not have Bantha in his line of sights. So they're gonna be encountering each other here very soon, but for now they're gonna be holding it together at this bridge, holding it down. The barrier is gonna be immediately melted away from Ogodago.
Yeah, they're giving a lot of space to Southwestern University as well. They're respecting the brawliness of that style. They want to stay as far back as possible. They're not able to take this brawly fight against the Brian and Zarya. That said, Trigger Free does get the first pick onto Bantha on the Widowmaker, so that is looking like a good potential for Carlisle College to win this team fight.
Yeah, with that second pick coming out from Trigger Free, you're gonna see that Southwestern is gonna be forced to retreat. They still seem to be hanging out around here. I don't know. I just think they're getting a little bit too over aggressive. No need to just sit around there while you are a man disadvantage.
They're able to catch out one player from Southwestern all alone, but they are going to be able to get away. Ogodago close to a gravitic flux as well. Might be able to use that to disrupt Southwestern University composition right there. But you can see how effective the double sniper is here. You just see that open space. You just see the many open possibilities for Widowmaker and Hanzo to have in this, at least this first point of Junkertown. So you can see Mesh already using the Widowmaker ultimate just to understand what the enemy team is, and Trigger Free gonna use that to his advantage, gonna take out Bantha.
And you can see how much it's slowing down the game. Both teams are pretty careful about which angles they peek, which corners they cross. So definitely slowing the game down quite a bit, but Carlisle College is pretty happy with that, as this first point can usually be pretty hectic. Bantha will finally get the edge on Mish, and this could be what Southwestern's looking for.
Yeah, but Carlisle College do have some ultimates to stop Southwestern in the tracks. Southwestern gonna go for that flank, gonna go for a round. Gravitic Flux comes out, but only gonna be able to get a couple players. Does get the pick onto Notice though, and that is a good ultimate from Ogodago right there, just being able to disrupt Southwestern's attack.
Yeah, he was able to see through their play. That he knew that they were gonna cross the bridge, position it right at the bridge, and picks up 3. And with those 3 members Southwestern picked up, the fight just got that much harder for them. Our college coming up has 3 ultimates still for this fight versus Southwestern's. 2 of them are coming here on Graviton Surge here pretty soon, so that's something CC's gonna have to keep an eye on for.
Yeah, and Trigger Free does have that Dragon ready to go, and can use that at any point. Could possibly even use it now, especially with Southwestern being in that tight corridor right there. And it's gonna use it, gonna separate the members of Southwestern University. Lucio by himself, but luckily is gonna be able to get back to his team quickly. Amplification Matrix comes out too. Trigger Free gonna get pressured by Bantha on the Widowmaker right there. And Southwestern being able to get this much space and just being able to push this payload pretty far.
Clumsy's coming up here soon on the fight. Is going to be able to heal the remaining members of CC. See, Boppetson's going to go deep in there. There goes the Transcendence from Staniel to keep Boppetson alive and pretty much negate that combo. Still, Boppetson is going to fall nonetheless. Bantha gets another pick onto Mish. And with this, they should be able to reach the checkpoint.
Yeah, just a lot of good ultimate usage from both sides right there. Staniel was able to use that Transcendence, but it wasn't enough to save them. Triggerby gets 2 picks, but it's not going to be up. Southwestern University is going to get that first pick, and we'll be able to move on.
I have reached the checkpoint. Now working with it 2 minutes and 20 seconds to take it to the next one. Yeah, Southwestern's putting up a pretty good fight here, and you can see now that we have gone out of this open area, Bantha is going to switch away from the Widowmaker. She loses a little bit of effectiveness, so we'll go on to the Tracer instead.
Yeah, and the DPS change for Colorado College too. We're going to go with the Genji Tracer, very popular DPS duo, mainly for dive compositions, but Ogadago and Bobson will stay on that Orisa Sigma for right now. And you can see Southwestern in that tight corridor trying to get that flank in, but Trigger-Free already taking the first pick against Bantha. And Nightly Knight has to quickly back out, gets so low right there, getting pressured by CC right there.
And you can see all the DPS that our college is outputting. The shield fell immediately alongside the bubbles and forced them to retreat. There's a Tracer here around Trigger-Free. We'll see if we'll be able to chase him for the 1v1. We'll be going back to this team, and we'll take the one-man advantage for the fight.
Yeah, Mish trying to deal with some damage, but Bobson goes down already on the Orisa. Very problematic, but Pulse Bomb almost ready for Mish. It is going to be, might be able to use it if he needs to. Oh, nice stick onto the Hanzo. But that said, the rest of his team members are falling down. Ogadago gonna be able to get Cloud Skeleton, but is not gonna be able to get back to the payload quickly in time.
And Southwestern just doing such a good job at pushing the payload here, especially after that loss there at the end of game 1. Looked like Colorado College had this all under control, but Southwestern is pushing back onto Colorado College, and they're doing so far so good for themselves.
Yeah, and just some compositional changes for Colorado College too. They keep resetting their heroes, just resetting that ultimates. But Mish gonna go onto that McCree, staying onto the the Brigida as well. Just to provide a lot more healing potential, or at least surrounding healing potential. But you can see Colorado College are just getting pressure left and right. Ogadago and Bobson not looking as comfortable as they were on the Wasted, but that said, Supercharger is able to provide them a lot more damage in this team fight.
You can see even Orisa herself putting a lot of damage with the bongos there. Trigger-Free coming up on this blade here real soon. He doesn't have an Ana, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get some good usage out of that, but it's still definitely possible. Some pretty big ultimates here for the side of Southwestern. We have Shatter, Grav, and Dragons. Could potentially work out to be a nasty wombo combo.
Yeah, but Trigger-Free does have that Dragon Blade ready to go. Can be a pretty crucial ultimate if used correctly. That said, there is no Ana for Colorado College. Grav gonna come out, but Trigger-Free uses the blade, not gonna be able to find anything from that. Things looked as though he miscalculated that, but Mish is able to get the first pick onto Saxermanch with the Deadeye.
Yeah, looks like he got zoned down by the Dragon, so really couldn't go in. But Colorado College still holding on to this high ground. Payload is no longer being pushed, but Southwestern now are going to be taking the alternative route around. Be stalling a little bit longer, make sure everyone gets back. But Clouds is stalling, it's going to be going down. It's going to be returned onto Trigger-Free. Colorado College taking another member down. It is going to force Southwestern to full-on retreat here.
Yeah, but Mish doing a lot for the side of Colorado College, providing a lot more damage. Nice pull from Bobson right there, able to make sure the Reinhardt doesn't escape from death. 10 seconds left. Can anyone touch this payload? It does seem as though some members of Southwestern University are trying to touch it quickly. Bantha on the Tracer, gonna be able to quickly do that. Trigger-Free goes down on the Genji this time, so definitely not gonna be effective. Pulse Bomb comes out, not gonna be able to find anything but zone. And nice job from Staniel and Chromzy to take out the Tracer.
Yeah, Tracer's gonna have a bad time against Staniel's Brigida. Gonna be falling asleep, but the Southwestern have found the fight that they want so far. Reinhardt still holding on to the Earth Shatter. This could be a team fight changing here if Car College are not careful for that one.
Yeah, Jerk switches over to the Tracer just to quickly get back to the payload, but Mesh goes down to Notice on the Doomfist. Notice has been doing so much for his team for Southwestern, and nice shatter from Nightly Knight just to clean up this team fight, just to clean up extra players on the side Carl College. And it does seem as though Southwestern will be able to finish.
And Southwestern have stepped it up here for game 2, putting up a pretty good offensive performance for them. We'll see Car College is able to match this one. They did do this with 0 time remaining, so Car College is going to be trying to improve on that for this second half.
Yeah, it looks so good for Carl College in the first half. Specifically, it almost looks as though they were able to almost stall Southwestern University on that first point. But, you know, good ultimate usage from Southwestern, and they were able to push it all the way to this third checkpoint and able to complete the map. But Carl College are going to look to possibly try to complete the map, at least with a lot more time than Southwestern currently do. Bobson and Ogodago going to still be on that double shield composition. Didn't look too comfortable on it, but you can see why they're sticking to it. Just provide a lot more fortification, provide a lot more defense for the double snipers, Mesh and Trigger Free. Those are going to be your highlights for Carl College.
Mesh setting up here on the window. Bantha once again going to be going back onto the Widowmaker. Did pretty well. Did find a couple 1v1s against Mesh. Overall, both these players looked pretty even. Last time around, they were both facing off in the Widowmaker matchup.
Yeah, and now we're gonna see Carl College's attack this time. Babachin gonna put his shield a bit too far forward. Probably wasn't expecting Southwestern to play this far forward. Probably was expecting that to be a bit farther back. Bantha does get the first pick onto Mesh, and you're going to see how comfortable Bantha is on that Widowmaker right here.
Vidal being able to get a lot of damage here on the side, but once this barrier falls down, he will be taking a lot of damage. Still able to stay alive here for now. Upson holding it down the high ground with his barriers, buying up time for Mish to finally get back into the battle. Still, he's having a hard time finding headshots through Ryan's shield, and you can pretty much understand why.
Yeah, Carl College is going to be able to push the payload up a little bit, but yeah, you can see that CC are just struggling a bit, just find some picks, especially with Reinhardt. Providing a lot of that shield protection. That's why Ogodago does get the first pick up to Notice right there. That is the opening for CC. And does look as though they are going to be able to surround the payload. Does going to look as though they're going to be able to get that space, take advantage of it. But Nano boost onto Saxon Man has to be careful there.
Daniel on Trigger Free on the backline, wrecking havoc on Southwestern's healers. Now only 2 tanks remaining for Southwestern here near the payload, and they will take them out with ease. So Carl College should be able to get this payload very close to the checkpoint. We'll see if Southwestern decides to stall or they're just going to set up here for the next push.
It does seem as though they are hovering. They do have the player advantage right now. Bobson, Mesh, and some other players going to have to quickly get back. But nice gravitic clutch by Ogodago. Just be able to catch some players out just to disrupt their defense. And yeah, Bantha does get the pick off the Mesh, but the rest of Carl College is going to clean up Southwestern University, and they will get this first point right there.
Pretty clean fight, and here we're going to see the DPS hero change that we have seen from last time. Mish now going on to the Tracer for now. Bantha looks like he will be sticking with the Widowmaker. Probably wants to get his walls here up and before the switch.
Yeah, Supercharger comes out for Bobson. Is able to provide a lot more damage for that Dragon. Southwest University just weren't able to leave that spawn room very easily. So yeah, Notice does get the trade onto Mesh right there, but Carl College does have that space, does have that usage. Oh, that's a nice pick for Trigger Free right there.
Yeah, between all that hectic stuff that was going on, Trigger Free finds a headshot onto the Lucio. I'm pretty sure it was deep in there. Regardless, that pick is going to be very helpful for Car Coach to get this point even further. Daniel is going to find himself stunned on the ground from Reinhardt, but Nish able to find some pretty good damage here on the back. Pretty uncontested for now. Focusing on Lucio for now. They're going to need to get rid of that lamp before they kill anyone. And here comes the bomb. Will be sticking it to Baptiste, and that is going to be huge.
Yeah, nice pulse bomb there from Mish. Looking a lot more comfortable in this tracer right here. Just able to find a lot more picks, a lot more damage on the side of Colorado College. And CC, they're looking a lot more comfortable on attack right now.
See how aggressively he's playing. He knows if he dies, which he might hear soon. Halo's still pretty far back, so it really won't cost his team too much. Still, Decision pretty aggressive. Not retreating just quite yet. Unless he has enough healing and support from his team to keep playing like this. He really just wants to charge his pulse bomb before the next fight. We're going to see the Tracer 1v1.
Yeah, but Mesh has to quickly get back real quick. And yeah, Bobson gonna be able to fortify there, gonna be able to take out the Reinhardt. And yeah, Southwest University, they're just keep trying to go for these team fights, but Colorado College just looks great for them.
Note this one, try to see if we can escape from this one. Looks like Mish will be able to take him out here on the end. Gonna come here on the bomb, so you're gonna see Mish gonna be just hiding here on flank. Try to see if you can stick it to a crucial member of Southwestern to pretty much grant him a good fight.
Yeah, you can see Mish just hiding, just waiting for the right opportunity. Nice trigger discipline there. Gonna get that Baptiste as low as possible. Pulse Bomb comes out, but nice lamp for Closet Skeleton right there just to save herself and her tape. But Gravitic Flux comes out. Nice sound barrier though from the Vernet right there. Nice support play coming out from the Sun Southwest University. They are able to get a couple picks right there. Dragon gonna be used to zone out the rest of Colorado College, and they're gonna have to reset.
Referee's gonna be getting chased by Reinhardt. Not much he can do there. And looks like for now Southwestern were able to hold. The Colorado College still has 2 minutes and 50 seconds to work with. Just mount up their next attack. So we're gonna see what Colorado College has planned. As for now, Mish is going to be switching to McCree.
Yeah, just to provide a lot more of that one-shot potential, but also with trigger free on that Hanzo, you want some hit scan help with that as well. So could use the Dragon at any point right here, but Southwest University just hiding behind that pillar, just waiting for Colorado College to make the first move.
Be pretty deadly. At least you're going to force them off of that high ground that Southwestern so much prioritizes for now. Daniel positioning a little bit further up. And it's working out well so far. Here comes the pool. Does not find the headshot off that CC.
Odo just playing by himself, just trying to put some pressure from a different angle, but it's going to get taken down a few notches there. Nice Dragon for trigger. We're going to be able to get the Vernet on the Lucio. Transcendence comes out for Daniel just to make sure his team survives. And Shower comes out, but that's not going to do too much for the side of Southwest University. And Colorado College are going to be able to group up again, get this payload back and moving. But again, Southwest University has that spawn advantage, so gotta have to be careful on that.
Switched out to some stall heroes, but the Gravitic Flux will potentially buy some time and space for Colorado College. Unfortunately, it will not land onto anyone. Bantha gets the beautiful pulse bomb onto Trigger Free. And this fight's looking good so far for Southwestern.
Yeah, Deadeye comes out for Mish, but not gonna be able to find anything. You can see Southwest University switch over to some stall heroes just to make sure Colorado College aren't able to touch this point. Mish trying as hard as he can, but that wrecking ball onto Nightly from Nightly Knight. Oh my god! That is a nasty flick.
Beautiful headshot from Mish, keeping his team here all the way up on the payload. Looks like Baptiste will be trying to stall, but the immortality field, and now Diva should buy enough time for someone else to touch. It's gonna be Tracer. Mish gonna have some trouble finding headshots onto very small targets, but nevertheless, Colorado College do find the round.
Yeah, it does finish with a little bit more time than Southwest University did. And so it's all going to come down to how teams do on this first point at Junkertown. Colorado College did have a pretty good defense at first. They did lose to a couple ultimates. So, with 1 minute remaining, Southwest University need to come up clutch with double snipers.
Yeah, and that's what gave them pretty good success in the first game, or the first part of this map. Uh, I mean, I think we saw Bantha getting the better of Mish pretty much throughout the round. And Trigger Free was putting in work with the Hanzo, but Nogus was also uh, doing pretty good himself.
Yeah, but also does still remain on that double shell composition, which didn't look so well on defense, but did look a lot better on offense, especially Ogodago providing a lot of that good Sigma play, a lot of good gravitic fluxes as well. So, yeah, but also, Bantha has been playing good on this Widowmaker, has been getting the better Mish a lot of times, so it's going to come down to how Bantha Notice plays. Notice, I want to mention, is going to be playing that Ashe. Another sniper, but the one difference that Hanzo doesn't really have is that Notice does have that dynamite, which can provide a lot of like AoE damage, a lot of AoE effects as well.
See Opton positioning on this part of the bridge. Looks like Southwestern will be going for the left side of the map. So once again, we'll be crossing this bridge. The payload is still just being pushed by one person. Nice pull from Bopperton. Will allow him to get a good amount of damage here. And yeah, we've seen Car College give Southwestern this much space, but it looks like it's something they're comfortable with, and Mish finding the first pick is looking good for them so far.
Yeah, Notice was just by himself on that payload, left himself very vulnerable right there. Ogodago just gotta put some pressure onto the Widowmaker Bantha right there, just making sure that he himself is just not gonna be able to find any comfortable picks. And overtime comes out, 1 minute is up. Can Southwestern University find some picks, be able to put some pressure on Car College, but it's not looking good for them so far. That's that Bantha does get the better of Mish, so that is looking good for them so far. Notice on the Doomfist as well, doing a lot of damage.
We need to keep our eyes on Trigger Free. He's coming up on Dragons here very soon. They're going to have to be big. He's going to have to shoot them before he dies. Looks like the Immortality Field will keep him alive. Looks like he'll be holding on to those for now. Daniel will be sitting there on the payload all by himself, trying to see if he can stall. And he did stall for a few seconds, and Southwestern successfully reached the first checkpoint.
Yeah, Notice on the Doomfist is actually doing a lot of help for Southwestern University, just being able to get into the backlines, just trying to make these vulnerable support and DPS players not looking good, just getting a lot of pick potential right there. The Knight does have that shatter ready to go, so gonna be looking for a flank while the rest of his team is gonna be able to push the payload right there. Carl College, don't know if they're gonna be expecting it or not, but Gravitic Flux comes out. Hard to see if that got a lot of people, but Bobson does get a pick onto the Burnett. Dragon comes out, and that's going to be it for Southwestern's push, most likely.
Yeah, only the 2 DPS remaining for Southwestern. No way to survive. All of Carter College just piling on them. But a pretty valiant effort from Southwestern. They were able to get the payload past the first checkpoint and a little bit further after that.
Yeah, so definitely a win potential for Southwestern University right there. They just really have to hold Colorado College on this first point, most likely. Bantha has been looking so good at Widowmaker. Mish really needs to step it up on that role, but Trigger Free has been doing a lot of work on that Hanzo as well. Just has to be careful of Notice and what he is going to play, whether it's going to be, you know, another DPS hero like the Ashe or Doomfist, or going to be that Hanzo as well.
Both teams so far going to be running pretty similar comps. Don't want to switch it up here for this last part of the map. Our college will have to have some pretty good offense, and honestly, it's pretty realistic that Southwestern win this one by just shutting them out of the first checkpoint.
Yeah, but Colorado College did have a pretty fast time for both the first and second points, so you know it's not looking good for them. You can see Notice switching over to the Ashe again. Hoping to do some dynamite damage, hoping to get some headshot potential as well, because that's going to be up to Bantha to get those one-shot picks, those headshot picks. Notice himself is just going to look to provide some damage for his team, just to provide some pressure on the side of Colorado College.
Looking for the hook headshot, will be getting tagged himself. Should be getting healed. And he's going to be looking for that one, could not find it. The hook will land some damage, but nothing lethal quite yet.
Yeah, Ryan gets so low right there, but so does Trigger. He has to quickly get some healing. And you can see both sides, Carl College and Southwestern University, not giving each other an inch right now. They're being super careful, but Trigger gets the first pick onto Notice right there.
And all of Southwestern is tightly packed into that room. We'll be trying to see if we can pick a wave, but as you can see, Colossus Killen tried running through there and just got chopped up by the line of fire. Ogodago be buying his team some space. We'll be going for the 1v1 here against Bantha. Bantha knew his life was done for and will be falling down. And Car College looking so good so far on this push.
Yeah, but Notice gets the pick onto Mesh on that Doomfist. And that's a good thing about Doomfist as well. He can easily get into the backline very quickly and just able to take out vulnerable heroes. But Mesh is going to switch over to the Tracer just to quickly get back into this team fight. 10 seconds left remaining on the clock for Carl College. They just got to make sure they touch the point before they make sure they don't pull a C9. Gravitic Flux comes out, but Ogodago does die before that. And ooh, that is a C9. Southwestern University is going to be able to take that point. It did. I think Carl College was pressured, but they definitely just weren't in a good position to touch that point.
Unfortunately, they stepped out a little bit too long, or could have a pretty good chance at this game, as we're going to see Ogodago Gravitic Flux once again. Putting in a lot of work the first time around.
Yeah, Ogodago does get to play the game though. Did look very good on that Sigma right there. Bobason himself as well was able to do some, was able to help out a bit on the Orisa, but you could tell that he wasn't as comfortable on that role too. So Southwestern University isn't going to be able to take it back. It's going to be tied 1-1. Carl College will pick the next map though, which is going to be Hybrid.
We'll see what they elect to go for Hybrid. Usually it's not Carl College choosing what map they play on, since usually they sweep teams 3-0, so it's always to the opposite team to choose what map they're going to play. But now we're going to get to see what Carl College favors when it comes to third map.
Yeah, and just look at the hybrid options. You got maps like New Bonnie, you got maps like Blizzard World, which Carl College has been favorites on. They tend to ban Kings Row and Hollywood sometimes, so
Yeah.
that's not going to be the option for them now. They're going to have to wait for the bans to come in for Southwestern themselves. I do expect them to pick either Icon World or Blizzard World. Those are like the dive compositions that you tend to play a lot for Junkertown. You kind of saw that they had to go for that double shield composition, even though it didn't really work as well for them.
So far, both teams have not made any decisions as to bans or what maps they'll play, so those will come out here very soon. But yeah, this series is proving to be much closer than we originally thought. As we did mention, Carl College beat Southwestern 3-0 in the regular season a couple of weeks ago, or probably about a month by now. And they have been having it pretty easy throughout the season, but Southwestern, they know they have to show up here on the final day. They have to try to make something happen. And so far, they have tagged up Carl College here on the second map.
Yeah, so Southwestern University is going to ban New Bonnie and Eichenwald right there. And yeah, that leaves Blizzard World open for selection for Carl College. I expect them to play that. Because usually when you see Carl College dominate, it tends to be with that dive compositions, with Bobason on that Wrecking Ball or Winston, Ogodago playing that Zarya just to protect his teammates. And just, yeah, we also saw Mish not being that comfortable on the Widowmaker as well. He was getting picked off a lot by Bantha. And so the heroes we have seen him do well on, at least so far today, are like Tracer and Reaper. It's just kind of like those spread damage heroes. So hoping he picks those. They are going to pick Blizzard World for this third map. So hoping to see some potential there for CC.
Yeah, Blizzard World, as we mentioned earlier, is a map that CC is more comfortable on than usually all the other teams. They play the map very well. Usually first point is very strong for them. And pretty much throughout the map, they're able to maintain control. We do see sometimes some of the more standard picks from Bopitson here. staying away from the double shield. They usually like to go for the Winston, once again to get the high ground, or sometimes we do see the Wrecking Ball every once in a while. It's not something we've seen so much recently. He has pulled that out pretty much at the beginning of the season. Not too much nowadays, but still has potential to be a good pick.
Yeah, it's definitely looking like Carl College gonna want to go back to that comfortable composition. They don't want to go back down a double shield. They want to go back to, again, that dive composition, as we mentioned earlier, but also allow Chromesy and Daniel on support as well to play those comfort heroes. They did play the Zenyatta Baptiste, but I think they do a lot better with either having that Mercy or possibly with Chromesy on that Ana, which we have seen her be so effective on. But yeah, now we're going to switch over to Blizzard World for a third map of the day. And it's looking very good for both sides, honestly. Anybody could take it from what we saw. Colorado College is looking favorable, but Southwestern is giving them a run for their money.
I definitely have been. Our college are going to be looking to take this map in a clean fashion and carry that confidence and momentum onto the fourth map and hopefully close out the series by then. Meanwhile, actually no, scratch that. This is a best of 7 series, something we haven't had thus far. So plenty of maps still to go through. It's not the usual best of 5 that we're used to during the regular season. Now we have a best of 7. So plenty of games for both teams to really prove who the better team is that showed up today for this finals match.
Yeah, we will have a map 5 for you, which will be going back to control. So be sure to look out for that. Meanwhile, for the composition, we are seeing the more comfortable picks for Colorado College. Bobson on that Winston, Ogodago on that Zarya. Mish this time on the Torbjorn, possibly to help deal with any dive potential or some flank, as well with the turret. So, comfortable pick for Mish as well. Meanwhile, for Southwestern University, again, with that Ryan Zarya composition that they're so comfortable on and have been looking so good on as well. Ooh, that is a nasty pick on Trigger Free.
And with this, it makes the team fight that much more easier. Trigger Free does find himself in trouble, finds himself isolated up on the high ground. So now that evens out the playing field for Colorado College and Southwestern. But CC still holding on so far.
Yeah, Bobson just trying to put some pressure on. Ogodago does take down the Reinhardt for the side of Southwestern University. So looking good for Colorado College right now. Cloud Skeleton goes down as well on that Baptiste, and so Colorado College, they're going to be able to clean up this team fight, get a few picks in. And yeah, Bobson getting close to that ultimate too on that Primal Rage.
Yeah, and Bobson is just super scary with that Primal Rage. Usually pops it at the perfect time, gets a lot of value, usually gets a lot of kills too with it, which is surprising. Usually for Winston, it's pretty hard to get kills during the Primal Rage. Usually just something to stall out, refresh his HP bar, get a lot of tankiness. But Bobson makes it work. Mish will be second up here with his turret.
You know, what's good about the Primal Rage too is that you can disrupt the enemy position too. You can push them forward to your teammates who can themselves get the pick. So a lot of potential for that Primal Rage for Trigger Free. Already gained the first pick this time too onto Bantha. Primal Rage comes out for Bobson though, but it did seem as though he either misclicked or he tried to use it but got zoned out there.
Ooh, he's gonna get poked down pretty low. Here comes the Nano Boost. Might be doing a lot of damage, and Closet Skeleton was not able to drop the lamp in time to keep himself alive. Mish with the lava will be dropping it onto both tanks and absolutely just melting right through them.
Yeah, a lot of good ultimate users from Colorado College right there. And they still have some ultimates left to go. They did use the Nano Boost and Primal Rage, but they still do have a grab. Can pair that up with Trigger Free's Dragon as well. But Nightly Knight does have a Shatter ready to go. We've seen how good he can be with these Shatters, especially catching out Bobson as well as some other heroes. So, gonna be looking out for the Reinhardt for the side of Southwestern University.
Ryan is going to be leading the charge here. Shield getting pretty low. Grab coming out from Colorado College, and the Wombo combo is just insane. Southwestern getting absolutely wiped right there, and Colorado College seem to be back in form here for Game 3.
Yeah, Bobson almost getting close to that power rage again, but this time Clumsy doesn't have that nano boost really ready to go. Daniel does have that transcendence, which could help deal with something like the Shatter or the Graviton Surge. So you can see Bantha switch over to the Widowmaker, just try to find some pick potential, just try to make CC feel less comfortable. We see how effective Bantha can be on this hero.
We're gonna have here Bopperson trying to see if he can get Colossus Skeleton out of the lamp, and he will, but won't find the kill yet. There, one more swing, she'll finish him off, and another dominating fight here from Kara College.
Yeah, Car College, what they seem to be doing is just like allowing Southwestern University to get the space, allowing them to come forward, but then being prepared to take them on. You can see 989 switch over to the Red Bolt just to quickly try to touch the point, but 10 seconds left remaining. Has to quickly get healed up. You can see Bobson just hovering over the door, trying to make sure that 989 doesn't quickly come back and pick them off, but you can see that they are going to be able to touch the point. Notice does get a pick, but Mish's turret just finds 3 picks himself. A 4th pick as well. That turret so effective for the side of Colorado College.
Now here's still hoping Mish's turret gets play of the game here. There, not just him, it's the turret specifically needs to get it.
Oh yeah, the turret has to be the highlight. We don't want to see Mish, we want to see that turret. We want to see that turret POV. But no, very dominant performance for Colorado College. They knew exactly what Southwest University were going to play and found the round candidates for that. It did look as though dangerous for Colorado College. They were dropping players, but again, Mish's turret just, again, finding a lot of damage, finding a lot of that pick potential.
This is always my favorite map. It looks just so cool. The decoration, the architecture, everything, the Hearthstone references.
You just got... I wish a Blizzard World could happen in real life.
Yeah, like, look how cool this is. Like, imagine, like, being here.
It looks like a town. It looks like... It doesn't look like an amusement park. It looks like an actual village that you could live in.
Yeah, exactly. Except that everything always gets destroyed here, which is a bit unfortunate. But
yeah, people don't like Hearthstone here. They just want to play some Overwatch and get it over with. But yeah, Southwestern University, they're going to be sticking to the same composition this time. Closet Skeleton on that Baptiste. Bantha this time goes switch over to the McCree. Did try to switch over to the Widowmaker in that last team fight, but just didn't work out. And so hopefully that McCree could provide some stop potential. The Flashbang could definitely deal with some dive compositions as well. Meanwhile, Mish this time goes switch over to the Reaper. This is what we wanted to see. Or at least I wanted to see, at least.
Yeah, looks like our college has gone back to comfort for this third game. And something we did mention, Car College is pretty comfortable here on Blizzard World, especially first point. And we're probably going to get to see how coordinated their dives onto the point are going to be, especially with Bobson and Mish. Mish finds himself stunned. This nice, beautiful nade from Cromsy, as always. Unfortunately, Car College was not able to find picks there, and Bobson getting pretty low there.
Yeah, but they were able to get that space. Mish able to get that first pick onto Bantha right there. Just trying to get in on the flank, but does need to get healed up there. Daniel with a nice Zenyatta pick onto the Lucia right there. And Colorado College, they're looking like they're going to get this first point and will be able to take Blizzard World fairly easy, I would say.
Yeah, Car College just needed to get one tick to close out the map, and they did just that. Something we talked about is how comfortable they are on this map, and you can just see how well they did.
Yeah, Bobson getting to play the game right there. And nice grab Dragon right there, but you can see Bobson just stealing some picks from Trigger Free right there. But yeah, you can see how comfortable Bobson is on those side heroes, like once they're ranking ball. Because last map, we saw him on the red side, and he was just really playing that supportive element, just trying to, fortify the defense, just trying to help his teammates find the picks, which unfortunately they weren't able to do. But you can see Bobson just finding a lot more value on that Winston, just finding a lot more pick potential, getting to the back line, just trying to make Southwest University a lot more uncomfortable.
Yes, and now Car College leads the series 2-1. As we're going to move on to the fourth map. Southwestern this time is the ones that are going to be choosing what they elect to go for there.
Yeah, it's going to be a sell for the fourth map. And you really only have three options. Horizon, Lulu, Colony, and Paris are out of the map pool. You're not gonna be able to pick those. I think it's just gonna be one map ban. They are gonna
Yep.
ban Hanamura for the side of Kora College. So either Volskaya or Temple of Anubis.
Last week we did get to see them go onto Temple of Anubis, which they seem to do perfectly fine in. So wondering if they are hoping that Southwestern picks that one, or we'll get to see some Volskaya. Definitely a map we have not seen in a long time, I'd say.
Yeah, we haven't really seen Volskaya, I think, at all this season. I don't think it tends to favor Kora College's dive compositions. You can definitely try to play it, but especially on that second map, there tends to be a lot more close quarters and definitely not as much open space as you like. So, if you're Kora College, you probably want to try to get Temple of Anubis or hope that Southwestern picks that. But you can also definitely dominate on Volskaya as well.
With Car College now banning Hanamura. We're just going to wait here a few more moments for Southwestern to choose the map for Game 4. They are down one game here on the series, but considering how well they played their first game and second game, you still cannot count them out. And with that, Southwestern will be doing Temple of Anubis. So pretty sure Car College is feeling pretty comfortable with that pick.
Yeah, it allows for that Winston, it allows for that Zarya to fully thrive, but also just allows for a lot of diverse compositions as well. Temple of Anubis has been around since Overwatch's beginning. I think it was its first map, I believe. So
yeah, even in beta, I just remember playing mostly Temple of Anubis.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just like that one assault map that would be always in your competitive or just casual pool. But yeah, you can play a lot of things on this map. You can play a lot of dive. You can play that brawly style with the Rhine Star, but you could also play that sniper composition if you wanted. Does allow for that. So you could see Bantha returning to that Widowmaker, which we have seen him play very comfortable on. We could also see some different composition. We've seen Saxtermans and Nagli Knight mainly play that Ryan Zarya composition, but they might want to try counter Kora College in that dive, or they want to stay with that comfort pick.
Yeah, and it's hard to tell what they'll go for because, we did see the most success from Southwestern when they were matching Car College on the double shield composition, which CC is not too comfortable on. They don't pull it out too often, so maybe that's one of Southwestern's strengths. But then again, once CC goes onto their dive comps, they just look so dominant.
And we are going to get into the game right here. Temple of Anubis will be the fourth map, and Kara College just need two more maps in order to fully take the series.
Yeah, so at a minimum, we will be having two more games, and at a maximum, we can still have 4 to go through.
Yeah, and we are mostly going to see Kara College stick with that same composition. This time, Trigger Free is going to play that Pharah. We have seen Trigger Free play that projectile heroes this season with the Pharah, the Junkrat, the Hanzo, the Genji. Doesn't seem as though we're going to see some Pharah right there, which can provide a lot of good potential, especially with Daniel providing some support as Mercy.
This is something we saw a lot of success from CC early on this season. Lately, they haven't pulled it out as much. They pull it out every once in a while, but it used to be that the Pharah Mercy was their staple a while ago, especially during Nace. I remember Nace, they pulled it out a lot. Nowadays, they pull it out every once in a while. Sometimes they substitute the Pharah with an Echo, which Trigger Free also pilots very well. So now we're going to have to see how Southwestern deals with it. Bantha already getting a shot onto Trigger Free, so that can prove very dangerous for him.
Yeah, the issue with the Pharmacy when you're trying to play against it is that Pharah does so much damage, and usually you can pick out the Pharah easily with, the hit scan like the Widowmaker or the McCree. But with the Pharah Mercy, Pharah just gets healed up a lot more easily, and just being hard to take out the Pharah in the sky, but also the Mercy as well, healing Pharah up a lot more easily. So.
And we just got to see one of the weaknesses there. If Pharah gets close enough, she's going to be favored on that 1v1. able just to land 2 rockets, especially Mercy's side. It's going to be very hard for the Maker to deal with that, but now as this team fight is unrolling, Mish getting pretty low here, going to have to duck behind cover. And looks like Southwestern find themselves trapped here in this tiny little room.
Yeah, Bobson tries to go for Bantha on that Ashe. Does switch over to the Ashe from the Widowmaker. Possibly just to use that Dynamite to provide a lot more CC damage, but Trigger Free gonna use that Barrage, just getting a lot of damage right there. It's gonna go down to Bantha, but Bobson just gonna clean it up.
Yeah, so good job from CC2. Just clean up the remaining members of Southwestern after. Trigger Free got them pretty low. Good lamp from Croslet Skeleton, was able to save more members, but still were not able to come on top when it came to the team fight.
Looking very good for them right now, and Daniel also has the Valkyrie ready to go, so gonna be a lot hard to kill with that ultimate. And Bobson does have that power rage, and so you see Ogodogo just waiting for the grab potential, ready to go, but has to be careful right there. Almost gets very low right there, but is gonna be able to survive. Is gonna be able to take out Notice. And Colorado College, they're just looking very comfortable, looking very dominant right here.
Yeah, it looks like after the second game, that Colorado College did drop a game. Decided to step it up a notch and not really give Southwestern any more breathing room that they already gave, and definitely want to show that they are the first place team here in Overwatch for SCAC.
And that's like one of the, I guess, Achilles heel for Colorado College right there. They're very good and very dominant at the dive composition and the Fair Mercy as well. But when they try to go out of that, try to play something else like the double shield or the Arista, and that is an amazing barrage from Trigger Free right there. But yeah, when they try to play other compositions as well, you can see Colorado College tend to struggle a little bit. But you can see that they're not playing around this time. They're just gonna play their comfortable pick, and they're gonna isolate Nightly Knight here, get that stagger kill.
And yeah, Trigger Free has been able to charge up these barrages insanely quick. He had just used one of the previous team fight and was able to charge one up and get at it before the next team fight really broke out. But plenty of ultimates, pretty much all ultimates for the side of Southwestern. Bobaton already going hard, and here's going to start off with the Primal Rage. Will be getting locked down, so definitely not what he wants to see, but still sitting pretty healthy outside of danger. Mish did fall down, but is currently getting revived by Staniel, so Colorado College still have a pretty good team fight ahead of them. Bantha finding 2 kills onto Colorado College, so that could keep them here in the game.
Yeah, I think Trigger Free just wasn't able to help out right there, and I think might have gotten picked off early as well. That was a nice grab for Saxon, man. It's just disrupting Colorado College, and again, Daniel is on that Mercy, so they didn't really have a Zenyatta to counter that with the Transcendence. So now Southwestern are going to be able to move on to this second checkpoint. Only about like 2 minutes and 40 seconds left available, but you can see Trigger Free already coming up close to a barrage as well, so gotta be careful with that.
Southwestern does have Bob available, which should be pretty effective at this point. Here it comes. He's going to get Graviton Search. Trigger Free does not quite have the barrage. He's been pretty big here, but after breaking out a lot of abilities, could be proved to be very effective. Nano boosted Primal Rage. Winston going to try to see if he can do something to get stunned up. Plenty of healing coming out from Chromesy to keep him alive. With the grenade, that should keep him alive for even longer, and the Mercy Pocket. So far, Colorado College are doing a pretty good job of stalling Ogodago, getting pretty low. And Southwestern are still holding it together. They have not gotten picked off yet.
Yeah, they're just providing a lot more healing so far, and just being able to survive. Cloud Skeleton doing a good job with this lamp, trying just good job with that healing AoE. Trigger Free just trying to get back quickly on that Pharah, but just not finding as much effectiveness on the second point as much as he was able to the first point. Shadow comes out, does miss a couple of people on that right side, but Deadeye finishes off the rest of Colorado College's players, and does seem as though CC are just trying to stall, trying to make sure that yeah, Southwestern doesn't finish with time, but they are going to be able to. A minute 21 seconds left.
It's funny how we were just praising Carl College that they turned up the heat here for the fourth map, and just when we say that, Southwestern decides to return the favor and just pretty much take over the first point and immediately apply that pressure onto the second one.
So analyzing that last team fight, you can see Ogodago try to use that grab just to counter the bot, trying to make sure that the bot doesn't go far, trying to be that like turret that can take out any picks. But as you saw, there was a lot of healing done from both Closet Skeleton and the Evernet. So and meanwhile on the side of Colorado College, you really only had the Ana and the Mercy available, so just wasn't able to help out as much on the healing department. Was pretty squishy. Just wasn't able to survive for as long, and so Trigger Free was able to do so well on Pharaoh on that, at least on the first checkpoint of Temple of Anubis. But you can see on that second checkpoint was very limited on what he was able to do. He tried to barrage, but just was picked up immediately by Nodus on the McCree.
We're gonna do great.
Now we're gonna have to see if Southwestern's defense is as solid as their offense. As Carl College now get to put their dive skills to test here, which they have been doing pretty good so far. Thompson will be taking the lead here. Wait for his teammates for a little bit before he moves a little further. Wait for Trigger Free to get some damage, get some poke.
Yeah, you're really just trying to put some pressure on the side of Southwestern University, but Daniel goes down immediately. That Fair Mercy not looking as comfortable for Colorado College as it was at the beginning. You can see that they're kind of shaken up by a Notice on that Ashe, just providing a lot more pressure, a lot more damage as well. And so, your Colorado College, you gotta consider like what you need to switch up to. It does look as though they're gonna try to counter this with the Reinhardt Zarya. They're gonna try to rush in, but with Trigger Free on the Mei.
So we're gonna have to see if Trigger Free is able to get a high value wall, buying space for his team. So they're gonna start pushing in. We'll see what Southwestern does. Looks like they're gonna be ready for it, pushing up a little.
And the goal of the Mei is just to try to wall off some of the members of Southwestern University, but that didn't really do too much for the side of Colorado College. Bob comes out for Bantha right there. He's going to provide some damage for the side of Southwestern. Colorado College pushed to the ground and just put in a vulnerable position right there. The Evernet does go down to Bob on the Reinhardt, but you can see how vulnerable Colorado College is right now. They're able to get a couple picks there, but yeah, you can see they're just all over the place right now. It's not looking very coordinated. It looks very brawly, which is exactly what Southwestern University wants to do.
Just coming out pretty clutch with that flank. It looks like Car College is still pushing for the nano boost. McCree is going to get right into the face of the CC, but we'll be falling down for that one. 2 grabs coming out for each team. Looks like Car College got the better of it so far to find a kill onto the Evernet. One more shot shall put Zarya away. Nice wall. Gonna make Ana have a little bit of a harder time getting some damage off.
Yeah, Reinhardt comes back very quickly. Is able to take out the Mei, but you can tell that both teams are just super aggressive right now, just trying to make sure that they get the control of the point. But you can see Southwestern is doing a lot better job of that. Closet Skeleton able to survive a lot quicker, and Clumsy wasted a sound barrier from that too.
Yeah, Closet Skeleton has been holding this high ground for pretty much like over a minute now. Ever since CC got onto the point. CC was able to get 1 tick onto the point, so pretty much has 1 or 2 more pushes, and they're going to need to capture this one all out.
Yeah, but Trigger Free does have that Mei ultimate ready to go. Can pair up well with the Graviton Surge if needed, but Pulse Bomb comes out, not going to find too much. Colorado College is going to quickly flank up top just to try to get some presence up there too. Grab comes out, and Shatter comes out too. Has to watch out for the Deadeye though. Does manage to find Daniel, and even though that Blizzard was able to get a lot of people, that Deadeye just was able to zone a lot of players out.
Yeah, and Southwestern had the perfect counter for that. and pretty much wipe CC out. CC still has 30 seconds to work with, so they're going to have to get onto that point fast. See if they can make something happen. You see Crumsy switching out to Lucio, trying to get everyone there ASAP. Robinson realizes he needs a little bit more shielding for his team, so we'll be switching over to the Rhine. So we're going to have to keep our eyes on him.
Yeah, they're touching the point. 10 seconds left remaining on the clock. Just got to make sure they don't C9 like they did at Junkertown. But Bobson does go down already. It is not looking good for CC right now. They're just so separated. They're not able to find these coordinated plays as they were able to do before. And Southwestern University is just cleaning them up very easily. And so that is going to be it. Southwestern University will take the second map.
Super clean gameplay coming out from Southwestern thus far. Carl College will have to tidy up here for Game 5. As we're going to take a quick look at the play of the game.
Yeah, Mish did get a Deadeye kill, or actually was just able to get a ton of pick potential right there. Was able to clean up a few, but you are starting to see the vulnerabilities of Carl College right there. They look very dominant on this dive composition, but then when something doesn't work, like the Fair Mercy, or when they're just not looking as comfortable, they have no choice but to try to, counteract with the other players or the other team's composition, which they didn't look as comfortable on. You could tell that Bobson on that Rhine just wasn't able to do as much as he was on that Winston or Wrecking Ball.
Alright, so now for the map rotation, we will be looping back to some control.
Right.
And this time...
And so I think because we played Oasis at the beginning of the map of this series, I think that's going to be out of the pool. And so, again, this will be Colorado College's pick. And I think Southwestern University do get a couple bans in, but yeah, this is the time for them to just to solidify their composition, just to feel a lot more comfortable. We've seen these players having a lot of highlight plays, but also struggling as well. So it's a bit inconsistent at times, but you can tell how much they're trying right here.
Yeah, it's strange because, like we saw in Blizzard World, they completely had controlled that entire map and completely dominated. But then go forward one game onto Temple and Nubis, and then Southwestern holds it down. The games are looking much more even, and Southwestern definitely looked like the better team during that map. So now we're going to see if Carl College steps back up here for the control. Definitely more used to playing control rather than assault. As we've mentioned throughout the season, they haven't really been playing too much assault. So maybe, I don't know if they haven't practiced that as much, or just Southwestern definitely very proficient at assault maps.
Yeah, and you can see the pattern going on there. It's like the minute the losing team picks the next map, they're picking their comfortable map. They're picking maps that they study on, but also they know that like they're gonna be able to win on. So, whenever Southwestern has to pick the maps, they usually win. But when CC picks the maps, like Blizzard World, they're gonna be able to win. So, now we're gonna go to map bans. I think it's just one map that, they're gonna ban. I think that's as far as the rules go. Just trying to clear that up real quick, but we will have those for you soon. But yeah, this is looking like a very exciting match. A lot more than we were expecting. It does seem as though Southwestern did their study, did their homework, and just were able to study up on Colorado College a lot more.
Alright, so for their first ban, it's going to be Ilios that they're going to get rid of. Don't want to see Carl College on that one. So now it's going to be up to Carl College to decide what they want to play next.
I would expect something like Ilios or Nepal for them. Like Lijiang Tower is usually their first ban in control, so you don't really want to see them try to have that map out, but we will see. I think Busan is most likely going to be their top choice, most likely. But yeah, even when they were running that Winston Zarya composition, there were times where the Fair Mercy just wasn't working out for them, or when Notice switched onto the Ashe and just was able to dominate using the Bob and the Dynamite. But they did pick Lijiang Tower, and that's going to be very interesting to see how they do on that.
Yeah, that's why I made a surprise face, because, yeah, Lijiang Not something we've seen out of them in quite some time. Pretty much, I don't recall if even like this season we've played Legion. At most, probably once. But they're deciding that it's the map they want to go for now. Definitely has potential for the Far Mercy and May that Trigger Free likes to pilot. So we could see Car College play around that. We'll see if Southwestern has some answers to that. So far they've been doing well, especially this last few maps, so they just need to keep up this momentum throughout the series to really give CC a run for their money.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting watch. I think Legion Tower is definitely an interesting control map because the 3 sections tend to have a lot more different compositions than the other control maps do. For example, when you go onto Garden, you're going to see that Fire Mercy. It tends to be very popular there. But then when you go to Research Center, you tend to see a lot more of that Brawley style, a lot more close quarters. So you tend to see some Junkrat, you tend to see some Ryan Zarya. And then Night Market is just kind of a toss-up in the air. So you don't really know what you're going to expect here for Legion Tower. We haven't really seen CC play this map at all. So I don't know if this is something that strategically they want to give this third map away, or if they're actually comfortable on Legion Tower and they want to try to take this 5th map.
Yeah, I assume they still feel pretty comfortable on this map despite not really playing it throughout the SCAC season. Pretty sure during practice they run into this map plenty. But players are ready, so I think we should be starting here very soon. And yeah, this series has proved to be much closer than we originally thought. And Southwestern definitely showing up here on the final day. Cara College showing up in some maps. In some maps they seem to be struggling a little bit more. We'll see if this is one of those.
Yeah, and so far the score is 2-2, looking a lot closer than the last time these two teams faced off. And now we are going to enter Legion Tower right now. We are going to get into the game right here. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how well they do, what they're going to play. And so, yeah, I'm a bit worried for Colorado College, but also, like, going to be intrigued at the very least to see what they're going to do. It is going to be Garden for this first map, and we're most likely going to see the Farmers coming out again for Trigger Free and staying up right there. And yeah, this time Mish going to be going over to the McCree as well, possibly to counteract the Fair Mercy too. But on the Southwestern University side, they're going with the same composition. They're going with that Ryan Zarya, as well as Lucio Club Skeleton on support. DPS tends to switch around most of the time. Bantha going to be helping the McCree and notice on the Symmetra just to provide them that teleport advantage.
So you'll probably be dropping this one, looks like. Be dropping him all the way onto the point. So looks like he might be sticking with Symmetra for now. We'll be setting up the turrets. Turrets can be pretty effective for this point. So we'll be sticking with that. But Trigger Free will be fighting a lot of damage from afar, able to melt the shield with the rockets and potentially find some poke.
Yeah, it does take down a sentry turret, but again, the Winston on Bobson tends to counter the Symmetra sometimes, especially when his Tesla cannon is able to take down a lot of these turrets from Symmetra. Does have to back out a little bit though. Bobson does take some damage, has to quickly get healed up. Lamp comes out early, but Trigger gets the first pick. 2 picks onto Bantha Cloud Skeleton. Does go down a bit, might run out of boost, but Cara College is going to try and put some pressure onto Southwestern University.
So far, no one has captured the point. Bobson putting in a lot of work here, finding 3 kills in the back end of that fight. Zarya trying to stall for a little bit longer, but will be just dying. So Cara College starting off strong here in this 5th map with the points captured under their name.
Yeah, and again, Far Mercy does so well on this map, especially with a lot of open space and air you're able to get. Trigger Free almost has that barrage ready to go. Might be able to use it if Southwest University find themselves cornered right there. They're going to go around, try to go around this opposite direction. You kind of don't want to go around the bridge, especially with the fair game booped off. So
probably going to see a flank here from Trigger Free. Oh, already finds a kill onto Notice and will be letting go of the barrage, finding 2 more kills. Basically sealing that fight away.
Yeah, trigger free. Just looking a lot more comfortable here on this Vera than the last map. He did very well on Tempo Anubis, but Southwestern University were able to counter it. And you can see Bantha Notice switching over to those counters now. Bantha on the Ash and Notice on the McCree. Two heroes that are very hit scanned, can very easily take down the Pharah if given a chance. But Ugudago does have that grab ready to go. Might be able to use it with the pulse bomb Mish has.
That's going to be to the Evernet to use the sound barrier to counter these ultimates. So far has not pulled the trigger on it as Boppiton has already fallen down. Nighty Knight struggling to get in there. Does find the Shagger. Will finally be finding two. Ogadago and Mish will be falling down to that one. And it looks like a one fight so far for Southwestern. Car College is going to be forced to retreat. Both Daniel and Chromesy healing each other up on the way out, but it's going to be rough.
Yeah, Carl College just doesn't seem to have an answer to this Ash pick from Bantha right there. The utility from Ash provides so much for Southwestern. The coach gun to push away Bobson, but also the Dynamite to provide that CC damage. And so, Carl College, they definitely need to figure out a way to deal with this Ash, possibly by targeting them first. Daniel has to be careful there. Almost got picked off by Notice if he wasn't careful. Pulse Ball comes out from Mish, not going to be able to find anything. Bantha, again, taking down Bobson very easily.
Alright, Bantha killing off Boppiton. Looking pretty good for Southwestern. But here comes the grab from Saxerman, and it will be finding Mish. Free now finally built up the barrage, but it looks like a little bit too late for this fight. Looks like he'll be stalling up in the sky while Staniel gets over to him.
Yeah, has to be super careful here. Trigger does have that barrage ready to go, but has to watch out for the McCree and the Ash. Is going to be able to take down the Ash first, which is definitely going to be beneficial for them. Amplification Matrix comes out, but Ogodago able to clean up the fight very easily. Now they just have to worry about the tanks, Reinhardt and Zarya, which are fairly hard to kill, most likely.
Yeah, and it looks like they're showing so far. Ogodago almost going down here. Two more swings that could have ended him, but enough healing coming out from Anna should be enough. Bob is going to be deployed immediately. We'll see if Chromesy is able to find a sleep, or they're just going to stall him out on the shield. Regardless, Trigger Free finding a lot of damage here as members from Southwestern are entering the point. Here comes the revive from Staniel onto Mish, and this fight's looking better and better as it goes on for CC.
Yeah, this seems as though the answer is basically kill the Ash first, just try to make sure that Bantha isn't able to do anything on that role, and then just clean up the rest afterwards. But you see Bantha already switch over to the Tracer just to try to see if he can touch the point early. And 95% left for Carl College. It is going to be one fight territory for them, but also for Southwestern University too. Bobson does have that power race ready to go. Gonna disrupt the team. Ogodago gets a triple kill right there on the Zarya. And you can already see how effective Ogodago is on the Zarya role. Just providing a lot of damage, providing a lot of shield. And that's going to be Carl College. Going to be able to take this first section of Legion Tower.
That was definitely a game-winning play from Ogodago, always laying down the damage. His bubbles are always on point when it comes to him and his teammates. So Car College definitely happy to have him running that Zarya. Southwestern was pretty close once again. Bantha putting in a lot of work during that as he was able to find Bopton plenty of times.
Yeah, and this time it is going to be Legion Night Marker right here. You're going to see Trigger Free switch over to the Symmetra right here. Symmetra tends to be a very popular pick. For Night Marker, there's a specific spot where you can just easily teleport onto the point. And it does look as though both teams are going to try to do that. This time Bantha is going to be on the Ash, but Mish is going to be on the Reaper, which can be very effective for the Ryan Zarya composition.
Yeah, so it looks like Car College Symmetra put the teleport like a second or two earlier, and it looks like it's making a difference so far that they were able to get there first, set up their turrets, get set up, and Chromesy finding a kill onto Nighty Knight. Southwestern just being pushed back. Mish finding a lot of damage point blank with the shotguns, and Southwestern gets absolutely sweep there.
Yeah, and this time Carl College being a lot more aggressive with this Ryan Zarya composition, not playing past it, just providing a lot more damage. Especially now with Mish on the Reaper, they're able to do that now, being a lot more aggressive with the attacks, aggressive with the flanks as well. So now, no Symmetra for the side of Southwestern University. They're going to switch over to the McCree, but Symmetra is so effective against Reinhardt because you don't know, Symmetra's beam tends to charge up going against the shield, so if the right shield is constantly up, that's a nice shatter from Bobson right there. Gonna charge off the cliff, but that's gonna be enough. The rest of CC are just gonna be able to clean it up here.
Yeah, Bobson definitely calling that one worth in the chat. You saw the huge Shagger. Saw that he ate the Shagger from Nighty Night, so he immediately responded with his found 3 members of Southwestern. And with that, the fight was basically won. Mish does have his Death Blossom, and as we usually like to see from him, he will be looking for the flank. He will be looking for the big Blossom. There, you can already see him trying to see if he can teleport to the backline. One Southwestern overcommit.
Yeah, but Daniel goes down on that Baptiste by Bantha right there. Bantha just been so effective on the hit scan roll today. Just has to be super careful. Bantha does go down to Ogodago. Teleport goes up for Mish. They'll be looking to drop down, but not gonna happen. This time trigger free. We'll just use the barrier.
Mish will be stunned up during the grab. We'll be able to shift out of there. There comes the Death Blossom. Does not find a kill. Did find some damage, but looks like all of Kara College is now gone. So Southwestern will be able to take the point here.
Yeah, and they just... Yeah, I don't know why some of those Kara College players just chose to jump into the grab right there, but that's grab for Saxermans right there, able to get a couple picks there. You can see Mish desperately trying to use that ultimate, but just wasn't able to effectively use it. Daria just not able to find much. Bantha with 2 Bob kills. And you can just see how the Ash can create so much of an issue for Kara College right here.
Fight starting off looking pretty good for Kara College as they dropped the graph. The lamp also came in just in time, but Closet Skeleton had a return lamp for his team. Now Bantha will be setting up in the high ground, just looking to find damage. Looks like once again they will be teleporting all the way through fearlessly. We'll see if it pays up, and they just didn't.
And at this point, I feel like you just got switched. Like, the teleport tends to work usually at the beginning of the map, but when the other team has control, there's just not much you can do right there. So now you're gonna see the switch composition. Bobson gonna return to the Winston, and the Fair Mercy gonna come back out too. Clumsy as well, gonna try to do something on the Ana, but again, Trigger Free has to watch out for this Ash and McCree combo, but Ogodago being the hero for Trigger Free, gonna be able to take Bantha out quickly.
Yeah, we've talked about Kara College's win condition before, which is pretty much taking out Bantha first. Shatter will find 2 for the side of Kara College, and regardless of finding the first pick onto Bantha, Kara College is now in shambles. We'll have to retreat once again. They need to be quick though.
Yeah, 90% left. They don't really have any ultimates to be able to use here. Ogodago, that's where you're going to have to switch to the Wrecking Ball to try to touch the point right here. Trickery gonna get touched quickly, but has to watch out. They are going to get into overtime there, but Trigger Free goes down early by Closet Skeleton.
Daniel will be reviving Trigger Free. This could be huge if Trigger Free charges up the barrage here soon. A few more shots shall do, and looks like Kara College half came up clutch here at the very end. It's only going to be a Reinhardt and a Bob, which are a little bit difficult to kill, but with everyone from CC on the point, they will be able to in time. Kara College sitting at 90%, so Southwestern going to have to come and touch quickly.
Yeah, but like 93% left is definitely doable for Southwestern University to take it back. But Ogodago gonna be disrupting on that Wrecking Ball. Kirby gets a barrage kill, but is gonna get traded out. Ogodago does go down too. Trades coming left to right, but nice shatter there from Nightly Knight. Bobson, desperate Primal Rage gonna have to be used here. Gonna be able to take down Notice on the McCree Deadeye early, but it's really just him and Daniel left on the point, and Daniel has no choice but to just wait for Ogodago to quickly come back.
Yeah, finds himself with the range of Ryan. Now it's going to be Ogodago stalling. He almost has the mines here, just a little bit more damage will allow him to place him down. Unfortunately, does not place him before dying. But here comes Mish trying to see if he can stall as long as he can with the Tracer. Tracer pretty good at dodging abilities, dodging bullets, but will be falling in the end. Bobbleton has arrived though, and so has Trigger Free. This fight can be salvageable for Kara College.
Yeah, but that said, Southwestern usually does take it back. They have to stay on the point if they want to have a chance there. Ogodago uses the landmine, gonna try to create some space there, but the rest of Kara College is gonna fall down, and that is gonna be it. Southwestern University is just gonna take this point fairly easily.
I might lose, but you
And
can't
yeah,
win.
Kara College almost looked doable there. They were able to get that last point, but yeah, you could just see how uncomfortable they can be at times, especially going against this counter composition right here. Ogudago did switch over to the wrecking ball, wasn't able to do as much there, but now you're gonna see a switch here. This time we're gonna go to Legion Research Center, and this is where you usually see the Reinhardt Zarya brawly style usually. Trigger is gonna switch over to the Junkrat, which can be pretty effective on Research Center if done right.
Yeah, as long as, or as along with the Mei is what I was trying to say, along with the Mei that he was hovering early, something we usually see here at the Research Center. Trigger Free getting here quickly will allow him to get the initial damage. Oh, already bursting out Lucio. So Kara College will probably be able to take this point right away. They're pushing him as far back as possible. Here comes the lamp to make sure CC has a little bit of extra added layer of security.
Yeah, but that was such an early pick, and like the Lucio is gonna quickly be able to come back in. So Kara College just has to quickly make sure to get back into the point, get the control percentage. But Trigger Free is already putting so much pressure on the side of Southwestern University right there.
Able to find a lot of damage with the grenades. Boppetson finding the pin. Will net him a kill against the Lucio, and Kara College going all out this time around.
Yeah, Kara College again being a lot more aggressive on this Ryan Zarya competition, which what we like to see. Trigger Free looking very lethal on this Junkrat right here. Notice switches over to the Junkrat just to counter it, but you see Mish as well. Switch is on the Symmetra, which can be problematic for Reinhardt as well.
Oh,
But
huge shatter onto 4 from 99 onto CC, and the fight's looking pretty good for them. He's getting pretty low, but only Ogodago and Stanio remain. And Ogodago will be forced back, and he might be even getting staggered. Looks like no one's chasing him, so we'll be waiting for his team.
yeah, that was just an odd position for Ogodago to be in. It looked like he was trying to go for the flank, but nice shatter there for Nightly Knight, just being able to catch Bobasen in a moment of weakness. Riptide does come out, gonna be going for the flank, but ooh, notice catch that quickly.
Shatter from Boppetson. The return can be onto 2 members of Southwestern. Unfortunately, couldn't find any follow-up as the rest of Southwestern quickly reacted and shut him out. Ogodago is going to be the last one on the point, and Kara College just got team killed once again.
Yeah, Mesh just has to quickly wait for his team. Almost could have got picked off there if he wasn't careful with that teleporter. But again, that dynamite just puts so much pressure on CC and just unable to do a lot there. Riptide does come out. It is going to be able to get Daniel on the Baptiste, but you can tell that they're trying to quickly kill this Reinhardt as quick as possible. They're going to be able to do so, and Kara College getting a lot of picks. They're going to be able to hopefully take this back.
Yeah, it looks like they will be able to force Southwestern off the point capture for themselves. Bantha getting pretty aggressive here on the point. So trying to see if you can find Boppetson that's sitting at 1 HP. But all of Kara College is there, and that could be pretty problematic as it will take Bantha a while to get back into the fight.
Ogodago just going on the front line, just trying to put some pressure on the side of Southwestern University, just trying to make sure that they're not able to get back into this fight quickly. It's 86% for them. Meanwhile, Kara College has to quickly get back up. Nice block there from Bobbison, just to block the shatter right there, but he is native. Has to quickly make sure he doesn't die quickly. It's gonna charge in, but that was leaves himself vulnerable.
Yeah, that definitely was not the play that Kara College needed. But regardless, Southwestern played that pretty well, found a lot of damage onto the backline. Ogodago now is going to have to run for his life. We'll see if he's going to try to stall it as long as he can. We'll be touching there a little bit, and we'll be now forced to just wait for his team. But Bobbetson's here.
Yeah, Bob comes out, but Bantha does go down too. Has to watch out for this Bob though. Can provide a lot of damage if not careful. Nice pin from Bobster right there, able to get some damage in, but Bob being a menace in the back line.
And very crucially there, Noticed uses Riptire and got pretty much no value. So for this potentially last team fight, that will not be up. No ultimates available for the Saga Southwestern. Nogodago does have the grab to pretty much keep him off the point. Let's see if he uses it there, and he does. He grabs a couple trigger free with the mines to damage the grenades, putting an end to Southwestern, although a huge shatter coming out from Nighty Night, although it might be too little too late. Car College should be able to clean up here very soon. We'll see if this buys enough time for the rest of Southwestern to be back up in touch, and it looks like it has.
Yeah, good play there from Nightly Night, just trying to get the flank onto the Reinhardt, but Carlisle College is just picking them off left and right, and nice job there for Daniel just to be able to counteract the pulse bomb with the lamp. But you can see Southwestern University playing those solo heroes. Robinson trying to use the shot on the wrecking ball, just wasn't able to do so. And Carlisle College, they really had to quickly secure this point if they want to get this map quickly, but does look as though they're going to be able to get control. Bantha on the Tracer, just trying to stall it out for a little bit longer, but they are going to clean it up quickly.
Ooh.
And this time, the Diva is not going to be able to touch. Carlisle College takes control, but it was so close to going to Southwestern.
Diva just shy of touching there, pretty much less than half a second, and she would have touched, but Car College do come up in the end here, as we're going to see this grab and Junkrat combo that, look at all the damage Trigger Free was laying down, and pretty much almost sealing the game for them right here.
Oh, and such a nice Junkrat trap too, and could have very easily ended if Nightly Night wasn't there for the flank, but yeah, but that was considered Carlisle College's weakest control map so far, and so, you know, if it does have to go to a map 7, it does give them the advantage of, you know, being able to play a much more comfortable control map for them. And so it's looking good for CC right now. They're on match point. They only need one more map and they'll be able to take it.
Yes, but we cannot count Southwestern out yet, since every time we think Car College has it in the back, they're looking pretty good. Looks like they've stepped it back up. Southwestern comes and strikes right back, and in pretty much dominant fashion. So hopefully history does not repeat itself if you are cheering for Car College. But if you're a Southwestern fan, you're definitely going to want to see Southwestern clutch up here in this next map. We are now on map 6, and as of now, Kings Row got banned out.
Yeah, I think it is going to be a hybrid most likely. So, go back Kings Row, which is very Rhine heavy. They don't want to play against Nightly Night on that map. They did play Blizzard World a while ago, so the options are going to be either Hollywood, Eichenwald, or New Bonnie right there. Eichenwald probably the best map for Reinhardt Zarya for Southwestern, but they could also go with Hollywood. They could also possibly go with New Bonnie, but that tends to be a lot more dive heavy. Tends to be a lot more open.
Alright, we're going to have to see what Southwestern choose. Bopperson banning out Kings Row himself. Doesn't want that one, as we were just talking about. But yeah, I'd like to see... let's see. Based on what we've seen recently, we've seen Eichenwald and Numbani that have been played for Carlisle College. But that doesn't matter, because Southwestern just chose Hollywood. And Hollywood is a map we have not seen in a while, but Carlisle College has seemed pretty good when they are put into that map.
Yeah, Hollywood, we did see it one time. I think Carlisle College, being dominant as they were in the season, they were able to take that. Can't remember what happened during that Hollywood map, but tends to favor a lot of like different DPS compositions. Tends to be pretty wild too. On that second point of Hollywood, tends to favor a lot of that head scan snipers on that high ground. So we could see Bantha going back to the Widowmaker or Ash. We could see Notice going to that Hanzo or McCree. This DPS line for Southwestern is looking very scary. And it just did not look good for Carlisle College when they were comfortable. Again, that Ash pick from Bantha caused a lot of problems for Carlisle College with the coach gun just not allowing Bobson to dive in as much.
All right, looks like Carter College is ready now, just waiting for Southwestern to give them the go before they start this match. But yeah, Southwestern gathering their thoughts, gathering a plan as to what to do to take down Carter College. Last time we saw Hybrid was in Blizzard World, and we saw absolutely complete domination from Carter College. So hopefully, if you're cheering for Southwestern, it does not happen as it did in Blizzard World, where pretty much it just got clean swept.
Right. Yeah. And I think College can look comfortable here on Hollywood, but they haven't played it in a while, so they usually tend to ban it out along with Kings Row. But again, they picked Legion Tower in the last map. It could definitely be possible for Colorado College to get this map too and just end the series here. But Southwestern University does not want that. They want to take it to a map 7, which I believe is either Escort or Control. It tends to be different either way, but we are going to switch over to the game. It is going to be Hollywood right here. And yeah, Colorado College on match point. They can definitely take it here.
Ready for battle.
Alright, so Bopton back on the Winston. A lot of success throughout the series, throughout the season. Usually what we look for when it comes to Colorado College. Colorado College's plays. Bopton is always there, reliable. See, breaking down defenses, make it a little bit easier to position themselves. But yeah, pretty much standard comps that we have seen throughout the series, coming back once again here in the potential match point for CC.
Yeah, and definitely, yeah, this is make it or break it for CC. If they don't win here, you still have that comfortability of having the map pick for the map 7, but you definitely want to close it out here if you're Colorado College. So they're going to go with the comfort picks, the Winston Zarya, and with the usual composition of the Ryan Zarya from Southwestern University. You're having some expectations of what they're going to do, but you can't be too sure. They've been looking so good here. Nice Anande from Chromesy there, but no follow-up there. And it's just not possible to follow up there.
Both Okadago and Bapasa have now been pushed off of the high ground. Southwestern will be taking control of that. Still deciding which route they're going to take, the left or the right. They're going to take the middle one instead. Right down the stairs. Nice headshot from Trigger 3. Unfortunately, does not find one shot. Fight's getting pretty hectic here in the stairs, but Colorado College are outright winning it so far.
Yeah, that was a good brawly first fight for Colorado College. Bobson able to get the first pick onto Nightly Knight there. Just trying to win out that tank duo against Southwestern University right there. That said, we have seen that Colorado College have looked dominant in the first half, but then just unable to finish it out in that last minute and choke it. So we are just going to have to look out if Colorado College can keep it up throughout this whole defense.
Bopton here sitting on the sidelines, getting a lot of damage with the Tesla cannon, blocks out the stun with his shield, so greatly timed there. We'll be getting slept there for a second, but the fight is already won for CC. Only the 2 tanks remaining here on the point. It's only a matter of time before they fall down. And once again, Southwestern are going to have to need a clean reset here.
Yeah, Ultimate's coming out for the side of Colorado College too. They got the Deadeye, they got the Dragon. Ogodago's 80% to a Graviton and Surge as well, so you easily get that soon. Daniel as well with the Transcendence too, so a lot of ultimates for the side of Colorado College. Meanwhile, you really only have the Nano boost available for Clouded Skeleton, but it can be very effective, especially if it put onto something like the Ryan or the Zarya.
They're trying to see if we can fight a pick to start the fight off with, but Mish finding 2 kills with a Deadeye. Bopperton also committing the primal range to this fight. Will now be chasing away the Widowmaker. And another team kill for Colorado College, and this is just the domination that we have seen from CC throughout the season, and they're bringing it back once again.
Yeah, but minute and 30 seconds left on the clock. They did use a lot of ultimates in that last team fight. Trigger still has the Dragon ready to go. Can't pair it up with the Graviton Surge Ogodago has very soon, so be on the lookout for that. Ogodago does get a dynamite damage in, so has to be super careful there. Gravitas Surge gonna be used there, and Dragon comes out. Gonna get able to get a couple picks there. Not everybody, but Colorado College will easily take this team fight win. Minute left on the clock.
Still plenty of time for another team fight to come out from Southwestern. Definitely still have time to set up. They are coming up here on crucial ultimates that have came up clutch throughout the series. Especially want to pay attention to Nighty Knight's Shatter that have been huge so far. So it's going to be probably a Bob's responsibility or Ogodago with the bubble to try to block this one away, or just not really give him the space to get a huge Shatter off.
Yeah, you're going to want to look at Daniel too. He has that Transcendence, which can negate some of the ultimate effects, so has to be careful there. Bobson does get the Nano Boost, is able to take out Nodus very quickly, and you can see Southwestern has to quickly back out. And so 25 seconds left on the clock. They are a player down. They're going to have to use the Shatter fairly quickly, fairly soon. Shatter's going to come out, but nice bubble from Ogodago. Going to be able to block some of that.
Yeah, and with that being blocked, the threat from Southwestern is just not as strong. They did use the sound barrier to keep him alive for a little bit longer, but in the back end of this fight, especially with Daniel popping the Transcendence, Colorado College should be able to take this one trigger-free, finding the arrows onto both healers. And with that, Colorado College take the first round in a very clean fashion.
Yeah, and now, and Southwestern didn't get a tech there, so now all they can hope for is get that tie and move on to a map 7 or 8. But Colorado College, they've been looking so dominant right here. They can easily close it out and not only take the map, but take the series too. And nice play there from Bobson and Chromzy using the Nano Boost just to get that first pick up to Notice, just to put some pressure there, and then Ogodago with the bubble, which is blocking the Shatter.
Very clean gameplay from CSC when it matters here in match point. Southwestern has been able to take this so far all the way to a game 6 and have to pretty much win these next two if they want to be crowned first for Overwatch. But as we've seen so far, Colorado College will not let that happen so easily. We'll have to see how Southwestern's defense is, but considering that Colorado College only has to capture one tick, it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, and the most they can hope for is just a tie. It would still be 4-2 after this map if they were able to hold Colorado College. So it would be both a control and escort map they would have to win if they want to take the series. But yeah, Colorado College gonna go with the same composition. They want to close it out quickly here and now. So gonna be interesting to see what they're gonna go with here. Chromzy and Daniel. With the Ana Zenya, not as much healing as you would like, but you know, Zenya's Discord Orb gonna be able to provide that much damage, gonna provide a lot of clean shots as well.
And all these squishy members from Southwestern are gonna have to be careful of Trigger Free, because as soon as he finds a pick, it could very much mean game over. So healers are gonna have to be careful what angles they're taking and how they move around. But so far, nothing has happened quite yet.
Yeah, you have to be super careful here if you're Colorado College. This time Bobson gonna go push back the DPS line for Southwestern University, and that allows Trigger Free to focus on the supports. He gets both of them right there. And this could be it. Southwestern University is trying to stall out as much as possible, but Colorado College, they are gonna be able to take that team fight quickly, and that is it. Colorado College win the series 4-2.
Yeah, they're very dominant team fight there at the very end. Colorado College close out the final game and crown themselves the champions for Overwatch. And SCAC will be getting those first place medals as we get to see this quick play of the game.
Yeah, and Trigger Free gained the last play of the game. This is his senior year. So this will be the last time you will see him on this Colorado College team, but he played dominantly. Everyone played dominantly on the side of Colorado College. They look very scary for at any point in the match. Again, the last map, Legion Tower, could have gone to Southwestern Way, and we could have gone to a map 7 just now. But Colorado College, they do take it 4-2, and definitely not the most dominant showing, but definitely showing why they're the top team in Overwatch for SCAC.